So off we go again. Back to Koh Samet, but this time we're not getting from there. And even there, the speedboats are more expensive, like 400 baht per person. On this side, you can pay 300 baht per person return if you wanted a speedboat. So they rip you off over there. There's a bit of a scam going on that side of the ferry, that wharf. But we're on this wharf today, so we paid about 120, I think, round trip per person, catching the bigger ferries. Nice day today. Looking forward to getting back on the island, and we're going to be staying in a different section of the island this time. Just chilled and waiting for the next ferry now. And I don't know whether that's our ferry up there. They just emptied off a bunch of passengers, but they've parked somewhere else, so I'm not sure. These old wooden ones. They've got faster boats, but if you don't mind the 30-40 minute boat ride, then that's one way to get to Koh Samet. Speedboats get you there in about 10 minutes, just to give you context. So this is a view from the resort we're actually staying on in Koh Samet here. I'll show you a little bit inside the room later, but this is the check-in, and we've got breakfast included for just under 1,500 as well. Don't know what breakfast is like, but it'll probably be something simple, but still got a good menu as well, because you got a bar in here as well, so you got some good food. Yeah, you got a good variety of food here, some Western, a lot of Thai, and Thai options here, and some good ones. Oh yeah, lots of sort of Thai food. Come and go. Oh yeah, you got a fairly extensive Thai menu here. And of course some drinks, some special barbecue grills there. Crabs look good. Bunch of drinks as well, alcoholic and non-alcoholic. And your beers. So I've just ordered myself a large Heineken, so at 180 baht. And if you want a whiskey, I don't know whether that's a whole bottle or not, 700 baht, but it would be tempting. But anyway, yeah, that's it. And this is the phone number of the place, if you can see it. A little bit blurry there, don't know why. So, some local street food. What did you order?
Chicken.
So it's chicken and papaya salad. Because you got some street vendors here too. So you got a range of seating areas. Also got massage up there if you really want it. And cocktail of the day. That's like a mystery cocktail for 200 baht. But you also got some other cocktails there for about 150. Oh yeah, Thai desserts over there. Looks like a few different tours run from here as well on the small boats. But yep, definitely don't need a swimming pool. Can just jump straight out here. Gotta say, it's sort of nice walking along here at night. And I'm on this area of the beach. It's a more quiet area of Koh Samet. Not as noisy, not as many people. A bit more upmarket resorts as well. And bit of music, people swimming, just enjoying the sun coming down. Got some kid fishing out there on the water, and other people just chilling out, enjoying a beer, enjoying some food in this really peaceful, beautiful area. Just another angle of where we're staying at night here. Sort of beautiful at night with all the lights. Pretty chilled. So at night it gets pretty busy along here. As you can see, there's all these people eating or chilling by the beach. This one's a really busy one, just going to say. Ironically, this is the more quiet area of Koh Samet. The other area is a bit bigger where they have all the fire shows. Some guy's going to start his fire show. And but yeah, pretty good setup. So the water's coming in at the moment. So it's all soon going to be underwater, I think. See? But anyway, we're just going to walk and relax Early morning in Koh Samet. Tide's way out. Actually got a bit of a beach by the looks of it. At night, the water's way up to the edges here. But which is funny because on the other side of the island, it's way out at night. I don't know, it's a peaceful area. It's so busy here at night with everyone eating. I just thought why I'm here, I'd just get up for morning walks. Anne's down there by the water. So we're just going to chill for a little while. Maybe you'll find breakfast later. Because breakfast is included in the meal we've got. In the 1,500 baht we're paying a night. I'm just going to say, when it comes to Koh Samet, you got basically accommodation for all budgets. You got really the upmarket hotels, resorts, and then you got your budget ones. Like someone commented this morning that I paid 1,500 a night for my little cabin with breakfast, but they kind of indicated that that was expensive. I can tell you now, that's not expensive for Koh Samet. Koh Samet can get quite expensive. Like I think Anne was saying 3,000-4,000 a night, but for these cabins here, and which are right on the beach to give you context, but still they can get pretty pricey here, and some of them can go even higher. Like during the long weekend, we got ourselves a dodgy little room for 3 people for about 3,000 baht. So depending on when you come, the prices vary as well. So this one's another beach area, and as I said before, you get different quality of accommodation. Like this one looks a bit more modern to what we're renting. And where? Anne was saying big crab, but when Anne calls big crab, it's not big crab, it's just big for what the Isan people eat on the farm. Where are we now? This is the Grand View Hotel. So you get these nice cabins here on the water. So if you're looking them up, my suggestion is that you look up on Agoda first, and then you ring the resorts, because sometimes they'll give you a better deal. Like we got a better deal booking one night than coming here and renegotiating with the owners of the boutique resort we were on. But this one's a little bit more upmarket here. Monks coming for their morning walks over there. Looks like this beach area has a little bit more upmarket sort of resorts. Just looking at them. Like our beach, they got some, really basic cabins, beachside cabin stuff. But here, this is like beach bar, a lot more upmarket. Just in the design of the properties here. And we didn't even have a road we could get to. We had to carry our bags up and down some stairs to get to our little cabin. Yeah, these ones look nice. But as I said, you got something. Yeah. But you got something for everyone here. Completely different budgets. Yeah, you got a lot of tours here. I was just looking at one fishing tour for about 600-700 baht a night. Going out in the water and doing fishing and doing cooking out there from about 6:30 p.m. to 10 p.m. at night, like night fishing out in the water. That sounds pretty cool. So where we came for just for a night before, and where we've stayed before, is over that area, over there. That's a sort of main touristy beach, I guess you could call it. And where you got close to all the shopping centres and stuff along those lines. But yeah, you got lots of little beaches along here. You got to walk over the hill there to get to it. So technically you could walk all the way around the beaches on this side of the island. Another swimming area, they've got it all netted off. But the water's so nice. Oh my God, the water's nice here on this island. I love swimming here. It's not as busy as your bigger tourist islands, and if you're just wanting a quiet weekend away, then there's lots of nice things you can do. You got tours, of course, out in the water, but generally speaking, it's just a nice quiet island. The tide's way out now. And you've got a lot more beach. Not as much swimming. But then again, I got too much other stuff I've got to do today, so I won't be able to swim until late. But it looks quite beautiful out there at the moment. See, we've stayed in some of the cheaper cabins, but if you want more upmarket cabins, of course, on this same beach area where we are, you can see the ones here, which are quite well set out, of course. You've got quite small rooms, but when you're waking up to this view on the beach, you don't mind too much. And so if your price range is a bit higher, you can get one of these more modern cabins, I guess, for a better word. And it looks like there's bigger ones upstairs as well. These looks like the smaller ones. And yeah, not too bad, actually. Especially when you can just walk out and get straight in the water. And the water's reasonably, well, the water is safe here, like quite calm. Like, I've been snorkeling around here before. When a friend of mine was staying in a hotel over there, we took the kayaks out and we just went paddling along here and then just jumped in the water. But it's low tide right now, so all these rocks are normally underwater during high tide. Just got to be careful walking around because some of them are a little bit slippery, some of them are not. So yeah, you just order a breakfast you want. You can order some, well, this is what they call their American breakfast. And usually just going to give you an instant coffee and some fried rice, really, depending on what you want. But yeah, I'll just eat. I'm hungry. So this is the resort we're staying in. Yeah, you get a basic breakfast, really. I think go the fried rice if you're staying here. That's not too bad. But there's just a few cabins that you sort of use up here. So yeah, I think the owner's house is in front there. But I'll take you up and show you a little bit of cabins. So you're getting these sort of cabins for about 1,500. And just looking at it here, you can see they're fairly simplistic inside. I was going to get them to let me in later, but you just got like storage covered there, TV, shower at the back. So they're not too big. But then you just got a little seating area out the front here. And I've got our little cabin we're staying in there. And there's a few more cabins up there as well along that area there. But you can also catch the speedboat directly from here too to go back to the mainland, which we're thinking of booking. And yeah, Anne's got to figure out how to do that on Saturday because we caught the ferry over. We're just too lazy to go around to the pier. But yes, so this is our room. So yes, we have got some of our stuff stored all over the place. So it looks a little bit more messier than it should be. But yeah, it's a basic sort of setup here. You've got aircon and you've got bathrooms as well. And the bathroom, if I sort of turn on the light, and it is again a little bit messy because we've got our stuff in there. I just realised I had to put the power in first before I could turn on the lights. So yeah, it's a basic shower, toilet. Yes, we've got it a little bit messy, but that's our fault, not the hotel, because we've got our stuff in it. But yeah, not too bad. I have got one of the chairs in here just because I'm using it. The chairs are usually out on the veranda. But yeah, it's comfortable. 1,500 a night. And the staff here are friendly. So you do have a fridge. So if you go up to 7-Eleven and you stock up, you bring it back here. You've got a fairly big fridge there to put stuff in as well. Decisions. Work for government in Australia or work like this? I know where I'm choosing. Pretty chilled. Look at this here. Beautiful. Digital nomad lifestyle. Over there in the distance is the main tourist beach, far away over there. Another sort of little boutique beach which you can walk to here. So you got those little secluded places as well that you can just chill out, and there's lots of resort options here. So if you don't want to go to that main tourist area over there, those things will be a little bit cheaper there because you've got 7-Eleven and everything. Then you've got these options, these more remote, romantic sort of places that you can just stop out and maybe get cabins on the hill here, which look quite beautiful as well. You can just put him down there, he'll walk off. Still a baby. Good thing about Koh Samet, there's so many little beaches to choose from where you get different cabins, ones sitting a bit more isolation than others, some directly on the beach, but you can sometimes feel like you're the only one on the beach, especially early in the morning when everyone's still sleeping in. It's just nice to get out and just explore. It is one of those little boutique islands, I guess, for a better word. And I don't know, I was chilled here last time and I'm fairly relaxed again this time, but I'm heading back to find a bit of a feed. Did have a little bit of breakfast, but still hungry and I need my coffee. So I'm going to keep walking. Anyway, have a good one. Even at 11:30 in the morning, the beach is pretty quiet. Not many people swimming. See, all the armchairs are all empty. So yeah, I do love the vibe here. Don't know what people have been digging up down there. Maybe fish bait this morning. Who knows? But yes, love it. Walking up and down hunting for coffee. But I've only found one place that makes coffee. Oh, no. I do lie there. There's two places I found that makes coffee in this area. So yeah, it's just walking up and down hunting for coffee. Seeing whether there's any other places. There's one place I buy coffee from, it's 120, but I go, 120 baht? The coffee's not even the best, but you don't have much other options on this beach. And you don't have a 7-Eleven here, so you can't get your Americano from there. So the only place I can get myself a nice Americano is one of the actual shops here next to the mini-mart. At least there's a mini-mart on this beach here, next to Tom Pizza here. Actually, the pizza wasn't too bad there the other night. Small pizza though, 450 baht. That's still okay. Nice day on the water. Feeling like I want to go for a swim. But first things first. I can either get coffee from where I had breakfast, but they're not open till 11, or I get it from here, the coffee and bar. Actually, I was looking for ice cream the other day, and there they serve ice cream for like 120 baht on one on a cone. Quite expensive. But then again, I could have went in the mini market and just got normal sort of ice cream as well. But, you know, your normal branded ice cream. Still nice. The water's always so warm, so clean when you're swimming out there. And wants to go out in there and get some photos later. But in the meantime, I'm going to get a coffee. Yes, this is the low tide. It's very peaceful here. Over here with someone like Alex, the water there, when it's low tide, they can play out in the sand here. And it's quite shallow there, and you've got a little fenced off area there where the boats are not allowed to come in. So yeah, it's quite peaceful. Like the water is like this all the time. Like very calm. Like small waves like that. So easy to swim in and really clear as well. Hello. You can even use these little speedboats to come directly onto the island. So they bring your bags and everything here. Not too much, it's, I don't know, a couple of $100 or something to take you back to the mainland on one of these. And so we're going to catch one of these back tomorrow, these smaller boats, back to the mainland. A bit fun. You can do jet skiing around here, which is also cool. So just setting ourselves up tonight here outside Tom Pizza. This one here. It's got a good food menu. Their pizza wasn't too bad the other day. But Anne wants to sit here with her friends because of the fire show they got going on. Looks like everyone's swimming. That water's surprisingly warm at night, but it's a real chilled vibe. It's been constantly overcast all week, but we haven't had much rain. I think we had storm once, really. And the rest of it's just been like this. But yeah, chilled. These fire shows are always fun to watch, but I'm really surprised they don't burn themselves with some of the stunts that they pull with these fire sticks and the other sort of activities they do with fire. But it is quite entertaining to a bit of music just to watch these fire dancers go. But from what Anne told me, that they weren't actual Thais. I think they might have been from Miramar or somewhere else that were actually doing the fire show here, probably because this is where they could get employment. But they seem to be having a bit of fun overall. But the stunts they were pulling, very interesting indeed. Like, look at this, they're balancing on top of each other, like, whilst waving all this fire around. And it's so close to their hands, even out here, like the way they're throwing the fire. I'm just so surprised that they're not walking away with burns and how they're actually doing that. But I suppose they're in the water as well there, so there's a little bit of protection that if anything did happen, they could just throw themselves straight into the water. But still, I don't think I'd be doing that anytime soon. It just looks bloody hard to actually do it without getting burnt. Must be a real art form. Now, it's our last day in Koh Samet, so I thought I'd give this resort a bit of a review where we're actually staying at. Now, location, as you can see, very beautiful. Walk out and you're on the beach. Our cabin's not directly with a sea view, as I showed you before, but it is out with a reasonable view. Now, when you compare it to the prices of some other things, the prices were a bit heightened this week, I think because of the Thai long weekend, and you can usually get cabins for under 2,000 baht a night here. So, and you can get some quite comfortable ones. Like Anne noticed the prices had really dropped this week, and when you compare it to some of the other cabins, this place really does have some work to do. Now, yes, it's right next to the National Park sort of office on the island here where it is. And for convenience, if you're going to turn around a bit, you got the wharf. So for about 250 baht, I think, and today, you can catch a speedboat directly from the beach back to the mainland, which is convenient rather than going all the way over to the wharf in Koh Samet. Now, most of these places, and I was looking at some of the bigger ones as well, they do have like buffet breakfasts and stuff like that. And you could be paying about 2,000 baht, maybe a little bit less. And noticed yesterday, when she was looking online at the different things, that this one here, where we stayed, we paid, and that's because we negotiated a bit for 7 nights and got the price down a little bit. I think we paid 1,500 a night for our room, and nice, we negotiated his down to 1,000 a night because he had a smaller room, baht a night, and breakfast is quite limited, so that's the first criticism. And the only thing I really enjoyed eating was the fried rice. And so you had like a selection of meals that you could choose from. And the coffee was pretty much instant coffee. And so breakfast I wasn't overly impressed with. So if they're going to really compete with the other resorts here, they have a bit of work to do, because some of the other resorts do offer a buffet breakfast. And not all resorts do, I'm going to say that. Like ones I stayed here last time in Koh Samet offered nothing really. And so it just depends really on the resort. Some don't offer breakfast, some do. You just got to look around if you're wanting that buffet breakfast experience, because a lot of places here don't open until a little bit later in the morning. And like we're just looking at a breakfast place that's at the back there behind this resort. That's run by a wife and his Westerner, and she's got a Westerner husband. And so they run a pretty good meal, and they have some other breakfast options, lunch options and dinner options behind this resort. So that's actually convenient as well. This resort we stayed at does have a restaurant as well, I'm going to say. So you can order food from there, and in the evening they have a selection of things, pre-made sort of dishes that you can order, like seafood ones and all that sort of stuff. And so you got options here, and along the beach during the night you got plenty of food options, and you got fire shows and stuff like that. So again, the resort is in a good location. Their rooms, good size, got a nice big fridge, everything like that. And the negative, I prefer a bed that's a little bit more comfortable. Like these ones, often when you're going for some resorts, you've got to check out whether they have what I like to call a rock bed. And this one had what I like to call a rock bed, like really hard, firm bed. Like you're sleeping on one of those camping, plastic camping things you lay on the ground when you go on bush. So that would be my criticism. That sort of gave me a bit of a uncomfortable sleep most nights. And other places I've stayed in Koh Samet, they've had a lot more comfortable beds for about the same price per night. So shop around a little bit, use Agoda initially, and check Agoda's prices, and then call them direct. And you could do it this way. You could book one night to start off with when you come on Koh Samet, and then go check out some of the other resort prices in the area. So yeah, but still, the customer service here was really nice. The people were really nice and polite, and they were even when they had breakfast served between a certain time, if I was in my room, they allowed Anne to bring up plates to me with food. So they were really nice people here that run the resort though. So I'm going to get that. It's a family that runs it, and very polite, very nice. They're very friendly overall. They even looked after our gear every time we went for a swim. So I'm going to say the people here are just really nice people. And that would be one thing that would tempt me to stay at the same place. But overall, it's really up to you. Shop around, look at your budget, and then come to Koh Samet, because it is absolutely beautiful. And in the early mornings, you might find that there's almost no one on the beach, and you can have it to yourself. And if you've got young kids, the water's quite shallow in the morning, and you can have a bit of a splash. Some of the resorts do have swimming pools, and so if you're after one with a swimming pool, shop around a little bit. But anyway, that's my review of the resort we stayed in. So yes, last morning in Koh Samet. So we will be catching the ferry from here this morning, 250 baht. And yes, going exploring. Looks like people are already out. It was a little bit quiet during the week, but now it's coming to the weekend. There's a lot more people out in the morning. And very popular with the local Thais. I noticed this particular resort. So, yeah, you've got some nice beaches. You've got some unique, sort of more isolated beaches, and you've got some of the more popular ones. This is probably one of the more isolated beaches that you've got going. And I'll just walk around these people because they seem to be taking their morning photos. But, so that's where we stayed, the Nice and Easy. But all along here at night, you're going to get a range of restaurants. And the thing I got disappointed about, it's so hard to find a good coffee in this section of the island. So, yeah. This one's like your traditional hotels where you got rooms up there. The Lune. So Lune, if you're after something a bit more traditional. I also noticed that some of these tables, I went to sit down thinking they were chairs out the front of our hotel. One guy comes up to us and goes, nah, that's 50 baht to sit here for the day. I thought, well, 50 baht's not a big thing, but if I had free chairs out the front of my room, my hotel, I'm going to use them first. And so that's what I did. I just moved my stuff to the front of the hotel where we were staying. And Tom Pizza, this is where we ate a couple of nights. Their food is good. They have a good fresh fish that I enjoyed eating with some nice vegetables on it. You've got the little mini mark in there, which is really good. And now on this thing, go to the mini mark there. If you haven't got a motorbike and don't want to go up to 7-Eleven, then go to the mini mark. So it'll cost you about 200 baht backwards and forwards on the buses around here and found to get back to the main town area. And they do have the fire shows along here. And if you stay at one of these, there's certain hotels, resorts along here that if you stay in them, the kayak sort of use is free as being part of the hotel as well. This is where one of our friends stayed before, and they got the free kayaks, and I went out in the kayaks with them last time, and they're a bit of fun getting out in the water. You have got jet skis here if you want to use them as well. A lot of people posing with the morning sunrise and the morning light. Tide's on its way out. It's not fully out yet, but it will go out further as we move forward. So you're still quite quiet. You're not going to get much out or open yet. This 108 shop convenience store, they were quite expensive. I thought this was the only convenience store on the beach, and I was going, oh crap, I'm going to have to go into town all the time. But then we found the other mini mark downstairs over there, which was a lot more cheaper overall. Because you want some sort of 7-Eleven or mini mark or something nearby just to make it easier. But okay, I'm going to walk back because Anne's got some friends with her. And just going to walk along the water and enjoy it before breakfast and before we go have a shower and get ready to go home. To a 12-hour drive back to Chiang Mai. I was looking up online. So it's going to be a long day driving. Once we get picked up at 12, probably get to the mainland about 12:30, pack our car, and then off we go. Maybe I'll eat some lunch once we hit the road, maybe about 2 or 3. Just have a good feed this morning. The water's so crystal clear in the morning though here. It's beautiful. It's not a big island, Koh Samet, but I don't know, second time here. Love it. Nan said to me yesterday, would you be back? And I said, yeah, I'd be back here. Maybe I'd try a different beach just for the experience. And maybe one of the more fancier hotels. But it was a last minute thing. Like there wasn't much options because of the long weekend. And so we just took what we could get this time. And which is still okay. I think it was about 15,000 baht for 7 nights. 6 or 7 nights that we stayed here. But it's nice to have a cabin, but I'm quite comfortable. And as I said to Anne yesterday, that I don't care if it's a fancy hotel. I just want the location. I just want to be able to go out, get a good feed, have a beautiful place I might be able to swim, relax, you know, do whatever I want when I'm out in the beach area. The serenity. Just walking out in the wharf here a little bit, and in the morning, just look at how clear this water is. You can see right to the bottom. A very nice place to swim. And at night here, during the late evening even, yeah, it's beautiful. Got the little fishies, but just really nice here, and calm this morning. Perfect morning. So yes, just catching the boat back now, and just a speedboat. There's a group of us catching back, some of Anne's friends and us. They all grew up in the sort of same condo together in Bangkok. And the lady there walking with Nice and Anne at the moment helped sort of look after Nice after school most days. But yes, we'll be catching this boat back. We just got the hotel helping us transport all the bags up here on a wheelie thing. So been on this island a few times now. Overall, it's a good little boutique island to get away. You can only get here by ferry or speedboat, and you can rent motorbikes on the island. And generally speaking, it's quite peaceful, it's quite chilled. So if you're just wanting a getaway away from everything and away from main tourism, then islands like Koh Samet can actually be quite good. But anyway, if you like these sort of videos, hit like and please subscribe.